And we're going live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. It's Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. Thanks for joining us here on YouTube. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for plenty more Royal Caribbean news, information, fun, advice. We're hanging out with you guys here, talking about the most important thing in the whole wide world, which is Royal Caribbean. And I want to know how many days until your next Royal Caribbean cruise. Type your countdown in chat. Let's count down together. I love it because I got off on a cruise ship yesterday. But I'm going back on a cruise ship on Sunday. So 6 days, not 6, 7, just 6 days till my next Royal Caribbean cruise on Star of the Seas. I'm going from brilliance to star, quite a difference in many aspects. But I'm excited, guys. I mean, I love the Icon class. It is the official cruise ship class of one Becky Mencken from MEI Travel. And I'm very, very excited right there. We had some super chats already joining us here. Nicole Lombardi, thank you for the super chat. 27 days till Utopia for me and my mom. So excited. First Oasis class ship. Thank you for the super chat. You're going to love Utopia. It's a short cruise, obviously. I don't know if you're doing 3 or 4 nighter, but my goodness. I mean, there's so many great things about it. I'm going on Utopia in April. I've been on Utopia. All right. No, I mean, it's a joke, but I've literally been on there 6 or 7 times. 6, 7, Kenny. Anyway. I love the ship. I think it's great. And wow, your first Oasis class. I mean, when you try one of the mega ships like Oasis or Icon class for the first time, it really fundamentally changes your expectations of what a cruise is. It's a good thing. There is the aforementioned Becky Mencken from MEI Travel. Welcome. Let's see here. The Teresa McChange for MEI Travel is here as well. Awesome. Welcome. And guys, we're here to answer your cruise questions. So let's type as many questions as we possibly can in the chat and answer as many as I possibly can. Todd Weichman is here. Hello, Todd. 4 Saddles. Thank you for the super chat. 54 days to Allure of the Seas. Part of our group only got my time dining the rest 5 p.m. How difficult is it to add them to 5 p.m.? Actually, it's really easy. 4 Saddles. I don't know if you saw this, but last week, Royal Caribbean added a brand new feature to make it easier. There was a new update. I posted about it at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. And as soon as I find the article, I'll send it to you. But now you can do it all online. You used to have to call it in. But now you can actually do it online beforehand. And it's so much easier. You can do my time. You can do the link is coming in the chat. You could do my time. You could do traditional. You could do wait lists. It really makes a huge difference. Karen Carr, hello. Just got off Utopia this morning. Nice. Bob, odd question, but what does he do for a job that allows him to pay for this many cruises a year and take that much time off? It's actually my full-time job. I literally go on cruise ships for work. That's basically what it is right here. Chris Stell, thanks for being a club member for 27 months. Thanks, Matt, for all you do. We appreciate your knowledge and expertise. Thank you, Chris, for your support as always. Chris is like here every single week, which is amazing. Michelle Stevenson is here. We've got Frank Fusco coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Frank. Dinner at 150 Central Park on Wonder right now. Thanks again, Matt and staff, for all your knowledge and helpful tips. Royal Caribbean is the best. Legend booked. Can't wait for that too. First of all, thank you for your super chat. Second of all, I'm very jealous you're at 150 Central Park right now. That is a vastly underrated restaurant. As much as I love Icon of the Seas, Star of the Seas, and probably Legend of the Seas, it is missing 150 Central Park. I feel like that is a critical, that's like a super important restaurant that's missing. And I love it over there, Frank. So enjoy the fried cheesecake, the beef tenderloin for 2, and of course that bread they bring out in the beginning, which is just straight up crack. I mean, there's just, that bread has been served with straight up crack cocaine on there, and you know what? It tastes amazing. I'm just gonna say that. Let's see here. Cruising. Warren Caesar is in the house. Hello, Warren. Hope you are doing well, all things considered, my friend. Thoughts with you and your family in this time, but I hope we can provide a little bit of a distraction, So KJ, how was that group cruise, brother? We had an amazing time. So there's good and there's bad. The good is the cruise was fantastic. We had amazing weather. Tortola was incredible. I'm sure you saw some of it, some of the clips here on the video I posted on Thursday. But San Juan, Puerto Rico, I'm sorry if Felix is here, but and I only mean that from the infrastructure standpoint. The airport and the port, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new title for worst cruise terminal ever. It's San Juan, Puerto Rico. So yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Josh Carruthers from MEI Travel is here. Tony Diaz joining us as well. Welcome. We got a lot of super chats to get to, guys. So I'm going to skip right to our next super chat. You guys are amazing. Karen Carr, thank you for the super chat. Dear Matt, every time you talk about the PB&J Old Fashioned, I wanted to throw up my mouth a little bit, but I finally got to try it on Utopia, and all I can say is, you were right. So good. Right? I think you probably assumed there was a lot more peanut butter and jelly in the drink itself, which there's not. It's an amazing drink, Karen. You know this now, so I'm glad you're one of us enjoying that drink. That's amazing. Next question is, we got Mad Dog Show became a club member. Thank you, Mad Dog. Don't forget, we actually have a members only, YouTube members only live stream coming up in 2 weeks. It's not this week, but next 2 weeks from now, March, I believe it's the 23rd, we'll be doing our members only live stream. So Mad Dog, you get to join us for that one, which will be awesome. Disney going on the first time on Utopia, April 27th. Very nice. Love that. Chronic 3596, thank you for the super chat. 21 days till our 10-nighter on Mariner. Can you share any knowledge on if this is some sort of special itinerary? I can't find a 10-night compass. Yeah, 10-nighters are very rare. So to answer your question, you're not missing something that is unusual. And that's probably why you can't find it. Basically, the backup for you, Chronic, is when you get within about a couple days of your sailing, maybe 2 or 3, the cruise compass, or the app rather, will populate with all the stuff in there. Not ideal, but that's your next best bet, other than, of course, waiting to get on board the ship. Craig Hart is here. Hello, Craig. Welcome. Enrique, muchas gracias para el super chat. Hey Matt, will itineraries with the stop and coast of my after September 27 be arrivals for every day? We don't know, Enrique. This is a good question, and Royal Caribbean has not said when Perfect Day Mexico will officially open, and I would not use that September 2027 date as an indicator. That was the date they said, I know, early on, but they've kind of walked that back. I'm not saying it will or won't be, but I think it's too early to confirm that date. So I would simply tell you that we don't know. That's unfortunately the only answer I can give you. But when they do know, then yes, they will update whatever that happens to be. Jason and Nadine, thank you for the super chat. I don't see a message from you, Jason and Nadine, but I'm looking for it. That's like Jason and Nadine. Oh, I got it. 21 days, and hi, Matt. 21 days to Liberty, 98 days to Quantum. What are the features we should look forward to on each ship? Okay, so Liberty of the Seas is kind of hard to answer because Liberty is about to get a major amplification. Are you on it before the amplification, though? I forget. But Quantum of the Seas, 270 is a huge one to check out. I love 270. That is the theater on the back. It's really nice. Definitely see shows out there. Cafe at 270. The Solarium on Quantum class ships is chef's kiss. Really nice layout there as well. Cruisin' Chris M. Thanks for being a club member for 4 months. I snuck in the back door. Join now. Membership has its privileges. Thank you for the shameless plug. 11 days till Apex 93 to Vision 288 until Harmony in your Diamond Cruise. Congratulations. Cheers to making it a diamond. Love to see that. Next question is from Arkil. Can you still bring water on board for your group? Absolutely. You can bring up to 12 bottles, cans, whatever of water on embarkation day. Just carry it on board. Lindy Bullard from MEI Travel is here. Hello, Lindy. Hope you are doing well. We already answered that one from Mike and Diane. You know, I think he wants Craig. Teresa, I think he wants the money for himself. I don't think that's how it works with the goal right there. Shakita, thank you for the super chat. Quantum of the Seas, April 27th. I bought the beverage package a couple weeks ago. Will I get the complimentary drink cup since I beat the deadline? And the answer is yes, you will. Which, by the way, hold on, I'll show you mine. Here it is. This is $5 after March 15th, baby. But I got it. I had the Royal Refreshment package. And when they announced that they were going to start charging for the drink cups or whatever, I was like, I was not going to get one. But on principle, I got one. And as you can see, it's still in the shrink wrap because this is probably why they're changing it, because I think a lot of people ended up doing this. Now, granted, there's no freestyle machines on Brilliance, but I got my last cup for free, I think. So anyway, yes, you can, if you bought it before March 15th, Shakita, you're good to go there. So awesome. Next question is from Diamond Dave Grossi. Thank you for the super chat. Hi, Matt. 6 Odyssey Transatlantic. I booked Odyssey again in February of 27. It stops in Nassau. There are excursions on the cruise planner, but not the Royal Beach Club. Will they add it and when? Yes, they will. We don't know when. You're still pretty far out, so probably check back within about 7 months from now. 6, 7. It'll be there about 6 months beforehand. I am sure. Let's see here. Next question is from Kid. What's up, man? Thank you for the super chat. Remember talking about shows opening for Utopia? Well, April 3rd opened last Tuesday, exactly 31 days. Then 2 days later, June 5th at 90 days. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this is why it's so difficult to answer this question about when do shows open for a ship. And you perfectly illustrated here, Kid. Like, I don't know. It's so weird. To me, it seems like it would be easier to have a consistency to it rather than whatever the heck they're doing here. It's almost like somebody every day at Royal Caribbean headquarters has like a stack of paperwork, and they're like, all right, let me start. And they crank through a bunch of it. Some are late, some are early. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense right there. So, Bob O coming in with the super chat, aka Dan, aka Bob. Dan, thanks for the super chat, man. I have a couple of mocktails. I'm sorry. Most importantly, Craig Hart, $1,500 challenge accepted. Well, I hope that Craig makes it on board. Of course, Dan and Kelly will be on our lovely Star of the Seas cruise, as well as Teresa. So very excited for that one. And I hope all my friends can always join me for any kind of cruise. Yeah, I agree with Craig. Tortola was amazing. Great day. We had a really nice time there, for sure. Let's see here. When a waste ship dock at Porta Plata, is that considered Taino Bay? Yes. They're one and the same. So yes, good question right there. Next question is from Cape Crucero, 181 days to Alerta Aruba. Where do they park all the ships during COVID? Was it a mass storage area? No. Interesting. Good question. They actually just sailed around in circles. A number of them were based around Perfect Day Coco Key. If you were on, this is really cool. This is a really interesting question. If you were on the first sailings when Royal Caribbean first restarted, if there were like ghost ships hanging off the coast, there were a lot around Perfect Day. There were a lot around, I believe, Singapore. And I forget where the third place was that kept them. But basically, these ships would congregate in an area and just sail around, anchor, whatever. And then when one needed to come in to get fuel supplies, they would do so and then pull out and then, let another ship come in there. It was kind of interesting. I mean, obviously, I never want to go through that again. But basically, they staged the ships. It's called warm layup, not cold layup. So the ships were running on a skeleton crew with minimal things running, but they were running and they were operational. But it wasn't like a cold layup where you basically like park the ship somewhere, turn everything off, and hope everything comes back on. It's the opposite of that. So yeah. Let's see here. Next question is from Becky. I volunteer as tribute for the baby PB&J. That can be arranged. Jason and Nate. Oh, we answered this one, Jason. Thank you again for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Next question is from Doug Mathers here. What's up, Doug? Hope you're doing well. I was on the group cruise with Craig, and Doug, Dan Madelman, and Marina. Everybody knew Marina on the ship because they could hear Marina on the ship, and she was a lovely person. We love Marina. Let's see here. David, bro, sir, thank you for the super chat. I'm 29 from Chicago. Considering moving to Port St. Lucie, I'm fed up with winters, flights, and cruises. Want to be near ports. Florida cons. Endless summer. That's one. I mean, for me, I think initially it's great. I think after about 6-7 years, you're going to start thinking, oh my God, I miss seasons. I would also say if you're going to Port St. Lucie, it's a beautiful area to live in. But of course, when you're on the coast, the threats of hurricanes are really scary. The food is not nearly as good as it is in Chicago. I mean, you got to get used to really bad bagels, subpar pizza. Although you're from Chicago, you already have subpar pizza that you call pizza, but it's really baked bread in deep dish. But the good thing is people come to visit you. If you're looking for a real estate agent, David, my good friend, Realtor Ben, can help you find a place. He's in Orlando, but he's licensed in Florida, so he can help you out as much as he can. But yeah, I can put him in contact with you if you'd like. But there's pros and cons everywhere. It doesn't matter where you move. Chicago, Florida, New York, California, Las Vegas. There's pros and cons to everything. But from a cruise standpoint, it is very convenient, no doubt about it. Linda, can two people in a cabin share Wi-Fi by selecting one person, 2 devices? Yeah, no, you can definitely do that. That's totally. You can share Wi-Fi packages. You just cannot share drink packages. So you'll have the same login. That's only negative there. So you're good to go on that front. Nelly, thank you for the super chat. Look here. After many cruises, I finally did an icon class on Star. How can I do Allure and Mariner next month? Go Yankees. Go Yankees indeed. People ask me similar questions, Nelly, like, hey, is it going to be disappointing to go to an older, smaller ship after doing a brand new ship? And honestly, the answer is yes. No, it's not. The answer is they're different. I look at them like cars now, like pickup trucks, limos, sedans. They have a different style to how they do the same basic function. But overall, I think you kind of lean into the experience that your ship has to offer. I mean, you could sit there and be like, well, this ship doesn't have an aquadome. I don't like it, right? But I don't feel like you're putting yourself in your own little mental jail there. Appreciate what the cruise has. Obviously know the differences of what it does have and what it doesn't have. But like I said earlier, Nelly, while you might not have the aquadome market on Allure, you do have 150 Central Park, which I absolutely love. And Star does not have that. So it's all about perspective, I feel like. Next question is from, hey, we got Cindy coming in with being a club member. Thank you, Cindy, for being a club member. Appreciate you. Sassy Ross, thank you for the super chat. Excited for an April 27 New Orleans group cruise on Mariner. I am so excited for this one. I'm excited for every group cruise for a different reason. But my first time cruising out of New Orleans and going back on Mariner of the Seas, one of my all-time favorite cruise ships. Absolutely love it. It's so good. I mean, yeah, that's gonna be an awesome group, and it's really good prices too. Cowboy Valley coming in with a super chat. All right, before I answer your question, I'm not even gonna read it, but I want to tell you one thing beforehand. On the group cruise, we had a great time. Cowboy Valley and I enjoy some time in the casino. He spends way more time than I do in there. However, Cowboy Valley, we discovered a new game. I'm not saying craps is dead to me, but it's dead to me. We have a new game, Ultimate Texas Hold'em. That was fantastic. So just FYI. Okay, anyway. We're going to try Ernesto's next week. What is your favorite menu there? In Cozumel. I don't know if Don and Judy are here. They were there more recently than me. Just get a margarita. Get some guacamole. And, whichever taco burrito appeals to you. When it comes to Mexican food, you don't have to overthink it. Freshly made tacos are never disappointing, unless it's Taco Bell, I suppose. But no, you're good to go there. And what's your go-to drink at Maya-chan? Compadre tequila. You'll thank me after your hangover's over. But it's amazing. Compadre, as in like a friend, Compadre tequila. They only have it over there. It's so good. Really, really good. Nate, how was the nursery for an 8-month-old? Trying to see what others' experience is like. Both of my kids went to the nursery when they were that age. It's amazing. I thought it was the best money I ever spent on a Royal Caribbean cruise. The service, the attentiveness, They really take it seriously. It's an amazing experience. They did a really, really good job with that. So there you go. Mad Dog. First of all, Mad Dog, let me get this straight. Mad Dog became a club member and dropping in with a super chat right here. That's amazing. Thank you for your support, buddy. 30% off drink packages goes away tonight. Will a better deal pop up later, or should I act now? Brother, it doesn't matter. You say, what are you talking about, Matt? I want to save money. Of course you do. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Book the drink package now. If you know you want to get one, buy it now, Mad Dog. If tomorrow, next week, next month, there is a better deal, you can cancel and rebook. There's no penalty for doing that. You just cancel, rebook, boom, you got the new price. So my advice to you is book it now, lock in the price, because sometimes the price goes up. So you'd hate to be left out and paying a higher price. Buy it now, lock in the price, and if there's a better price at any point, you can always cancel and rebook. Good question. Tack bikes. I'm going to Brilliance of the Seas, April. I'm 14 from Connecticut. Only been on Oasis ships. Any tips I can do to have fun? By the way, same itinerary. First of all, anybody from Connecticut is amazing. So that's a good start right there. So obviously it's going to be very different going from Oasis to Brilliance. Brilliance is much smaller. No doubt, if you haven't seen it already, I did a video about the ship this past Thursday. So our latest video out on the channel. Check that out as well. For a 14-year-old, you didn't mention if you're a male or a female. I think that would matter. Like my daughter, she's 15. She would tell you she just wants to go suntan somewhere, so she'd be up on the pool deck. But there is a teen club on board. I'd recommend you start there. Have your parents register you on day one, and that night, the first night, go to teen club. It's really important because it's where all the cliques and groups form, and everybody exchanges their Snapchat. That'd be number one. Number two, tell your parents you need to get an internet package because everybody, all the other teens will be on Snapchat. For better or worse, I'm not here to discuss that. I'm just telling you, you don't want to be the kid who doesn't have it. There is a group chat on the Royal Caribbean app chat, but I think everybody's, the cool ones will be on the Snapchat. That'd be another thing to try. And if you're doing the same itinerary as us, book like an ATV tour, a charter, a boat. This is all your parents' money, so who cares, right? Do something fun like that. That can really help a lot. When is our next group cruise? It is on Legend of the Seas over Thanksgiving, and I'm going to make an announcement because Christina from MEI Travel told me to do so. She didn't give me the go-ahead. I'm taking personal liberty here. So for the Legend of the Seas group cruise, we have Darla Fox, who'll be our exclusive entertainer on Legend of the Seas. It's going to be amazing. You don't want to be at home with your family. You want to bring your family on the cruise ship and have fun with us. This will be Legend of the Seas November over Thanksgiving this year. And then we have Mariner of the Seas in 27 out of New Orleans in April. And then we have in July of next year, Celebrity, our first group cruise on Celebrity to Iceland, which will be amazing. Next question is from, let me get a drink of water here. Cheers, Mark McChain. Wayne wants to know, some friends and I are looking to book our cruise next spring. When would be the best time to book and get the best rates? Now, today. Prices only go up over time. You want to book early. Doug Mather coming in with a super chat. Cheers, Doug. Thank you, my friend. Shout out to MEI Travel. You guys rock. I can tell you that I've cruised with Doug a couple times now. We were just on Brilliance of the Seas. I have an uncanny ability to pick the same exact bar in a port that Doug is at. It was amazing. We ran into him in Aruba, and we ran into him. It was Aruba, right? Yeah, it was Aruba. And we ran into him in Joost Van Dyke. Like, what are the odds? We just keep running into the same guy right there. Becky, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's signed. Amy, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the timely video on for embarkation. We breezed through the port of Miami for our sailing last week. The woman who checked us in was impressed by our preparedness. You should have said, well, I don't mean to gloat, but I do watch Royal Caribbean blog. And she'll be like, what was that, honey? Never mind, Betty, just sign me in. That's awesome. I love that. And I'm so glad the videos and all this stuff helped you out. Ron Ladowski, thank you for the super chat and happy belated birthday, Ron. Cruising on Star 195 days. What is the difference between the Empire and the Lincoln Park Supper Clubs? The theme. So Empire Supper Club has a New York theme. Lincoln Park has a Chicago theme. So that means the music is different. It's based on that era and then music from those cities, and also a completely different menu. And then Supper Club on Legend will be Hollywood themed, and it'll be like a little later, like 40s and 50s, golden age of Hollywood type stuff. So yeah, it's and happy anniversary to Ron Ladowski and his wife Sue. 57 years today. I am sure Sue is so excited to be sharing it, watching a YouTube live. But I mean, there's no Bills game on today, so this is the next best thing, I imagine. Thank you, Ron. Jordan Shearer, thank you for the super chat. 7-night sailing on Star, going to St. Thomas, St. Kitts. Any advice for those ports and ships? We're struggling with what to do with a port with a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old. Now, I'm going to give you a little curveball here. One thing you could do is leave one or both kids on the ship. Adventure Ocean and the nursery will be open while you're in port. And that could be a way around your little problem here. I mean, you love your kids. You want to spend time with them, don't get me wrong. But, if you're finding like, well, there's these great tours, but, they're not appropriate for the kids either physically or legally or whatever, you could leave them on board the ship. That's an option. Otherwise, St. Thomas, go to the beach. Actually, for both places, go to the beach. St. Thomas, you can go to Magens Bay. You can go to Emerald Beach. My personal favorite is to take the ferry over to St. John and go to like Trunk Bay. St. Kitts, actually a really good one for the kids would be the train tour. You should be able to book it through Royal Caribbean. There's actually a full gauge train. It's only one in the Caribbean you can go on. And I mean, you got a 2 and a 5-year-old. I think that'd be right up their alley. It's just long enough to be, to keep hold their interest in its windows. I think they'll like it quite a bit. So there you go. Mr. Kenny, my neighbor, will not be on Star of the Seas because he went cheap, and booked a different cruise for spring break, even though we told him which cruise we were booking, and he didn't listen to his wife, Cruise Erica. And there. I'm on Star of the Seas Sunday, this weekend, coming up. Let's see here. Captain Bob Dickens, thank you for the super chat. Hey, man, I got a call from Robert, head of Casino Royal, fixed everything. Good. What do you think of Enchantment of the Seas? It's a small old ship, Captain Bob. I'm going to give you a link to a YouTube video I did about it. I had a better time than I expected to, but they actually have a nice casino. I'll say that. But it's not you got to have the right perspective going in there. I think that's the most important thing. So, Captain Bob, I just posted a link in the chat to my Enchantment of the Seas review. It was fantastic. Yeah. 49 to Wonder, 362 to Radiance. No to the key. No to the key. Jeff Burns is like, I can hear Marina from here. We love Marina, but you can hear her from anywhere. It's amazing. Chris, I appreciate your recent podcast about the casino upgrades at the expense of other spaces. I just disembarked ratings today, and the non-smoking was a nice add-on, but I missed the pub music. Yeah, that's essentially it. It's a nice add-on, but I missed what was replaced for it right there. So yeah. Nate, thank you for the super chat. How was the nursery for an 8-month-old first cruise? I think I answered this question already, but yeah, let me tell you something. It's wonderful. The key with the nursery is you want to go on embarkation day and sign up for times. They limit you in the beginning how many sessions you can sign up for. Later on, you can sign up for more sessions, but they want to make sure that like people like me weren't coming in there and reserving all the time slots. But the nursery is absolutely fantastic. It is a wonderful, wonderful operation there. Like I said earlier, it's the best money I ever spent on a cruise ship. I think it's fantastic. I think you'll love it. The nursery they take care of your kids so well over there. Like we almost were sad when our kids got too old for the nursery because they loved Adventure Ocean, but the nursery was the best, So yeah. Next question is from Are you sure, Mark? Mark says, why don't they indicate the smoking areas in the deck plans? Maybe you're right actually on that. But it's it's the casino and it's the outdoor pool deck on the port side, I think. That's actually good. They really don't. Well, do they offer? I have to check on it. I'm surprised, but not surprised. But I wonder also if it's on like not the deck plans, like deck plans being like the hey, here's where your rooms are located, but like in the Royal Caribbean app, you don't even like look at the well, we'll call them deck plans, but they're different. I don't know. Maybe that it's on there. So, Jeremy, I prefer Allure over the Icon. All right, straight out of here, buddy. All right, just get out. All right, listen, we don't need this kind of. I'm just kidding. I mean, you're wrong, but I'm just kidding. Mike, going to Tortola in October. Curious what excursion the group did during the cruise. A number of folks did different things. So Tony, if he's in the chat, he could share. Like Tony did one tour, and they seem to love their tour. We just we got a private boat take us around, and that was absolutely fantastic. Do you tip your travel agent? I have bought her coffees and things like that, like when she's really gone above and beyond. One time she booked me. I think this was the Icon when Icon went on sale. She stayed up to like 3 a.m. And I was like, what's your coffee order? And I Uber Eats her some coffee the next morning right there. But yeah. Does anybody know how to check when my Royal Caribbean blog membership needs to be re-upped? I imagine, Michelle, if you look below the video, if the join button doesn't say, if it says joined, then you're good. If it says join, click on that again. Lou Chris, thank you for the super chat, man. Going on Icon later this year. We're at a port in St. Thomas till 2:30. What's worth doing for the short period of time? I want to go to Megan's Bay, but was worried about the timing. Yeah, you can still do it. It's not impossible. The closer beach is Emerald Beach. It's right by the airport. It's beautiful. I've been there once. It's been a number of years since I've been there, but the last time I was there, I was pretty impressed by it. Emerald Beach. That might be a good, and that's much closer to the cruise port. So really, what I would do is probably prioritize a beach close by because yeah, those when you only have a couple of hours, you want to maximize it. And definitely get off the ship. But I feel like Emerald Beach is a really good one. I can't spell. Oh my God. If you guys saw what I'm spelling right. All right, I got it now. Emerald Beach, St. Thomas. Is a serene public white sand beach located in Lindbergh Bay. It's near the airport and also near the cruise terminal. So it's pretty convenient. And I might look at going over there. I know that'll help with your traffic and everything like that. That's out there. So there you go. Yes, but Ernesto's is fantastic. This is in Cozumel. It's one of my favorite little like, hey, you just want to go and grab a bite to eat in Cozumel. Absolutely fantastic. Hunter says, Matt, we took over for you and are now sitting in the pub on Brilliance. I think we may have your junior suite. Who else would have carved? Matt was here. Royal Caribbean block for life in the bedpost. You know, that's totally me, 100%. But enjoy the Brilliance. Great ship. Great crew members. They really did a great job in there. I like that quite a bit. Kind of jealous that you're still on board. We did well, sir. We did. It was Ultimate Texas Hold'em. And I made money on that cruise for once. And for once in the casino, I actually made money. And a lot of folks made money on there, except for Craig. But Craig lost less money because of it. I'm just saying. Have I ever done the flow rider? Absolutely, positively, no. Because I value the feeling in my face. I have no coordination. I have many talents. Coordination is not one of them. So that's a no. Flight Man, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate 199 days since Icon and missing it, dude. Icon is the best. The Icon class, I just love it. It's fantastic. Jay Simpson, thank you for the super chat. Hey again, my wife is not done with you anymore. In fact, we now have 2 more cruises after first timers on Utopia in February until Freedom. And 26 till Freedom, got it. 202 till Rhapsody, Radiance of the Seas. Also, Grace Dickerson on 150 Central Park special time. There you go. Good cruise. I like how you're kind of mixing it up as a new cruiser. Usually, you don't see that in new cruisers until they get to like a little more into their cruising career. So, yeah. Doug, you could still book it, man. You could still come join us on the Legend of the Seas group cruise. Thanksgiving cruise on Enchantment. I love celebrating holidays on cruise ships, Bob, and I would say Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday to spend on a cruise. They do have in the main dining room, you will have a proper Thanksgiving meal there. There will be decorations on board the ship. There'll be special activities like trivia and whatnot. It's fun. I think it's a great way to celebrate Thanksgiving. That's part of the reason why we're doing a group cruise on Thanksgiving, because I just feel like it's the perfect fit, quite frankly. What bar in Aruba? The Paddock. The Paddock. And I'm pretty sure there is a dollar bill in there that has a name of mine on there. So keep an eye out for it. It's over. We sat by the water side of the bar, if that makes sense. Tony says, Matt ran into me on both of those islands. As the song says, he walked on by. Boop, 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 boop. What's up, Tony? Good to see you here. Brandon TCG coming in with the super chat. Thank you, Brandon. 32 days till Icon. Family and I took your advice and booked Morgan Resort in St. Martin and Trunk Bay in St. John's. Just wanted to say thanks for all you do. Brother, those places are great. A couple things. The Morgan Resort, you probably know you need to take your own transportation there. A taxi is fine, but don't worry. There's plenty of taxis to take you there and to bring you back. No problem at all. If you have, you said family, right? If you have kids, there's a great little, I don't know if it's a petting zoo, but it's a viewing zoo there. Take them over there and check that out. But I love the Morgan Resort. Trunk Bay, brother, it is the most beautiful beach you've ever been to in your life. So good. I mean, there's not a lot of facilities there, Brandon. So like, you know, you can rent very expensive chairs or whatnot, but it's worth it. It's such a beautiful place. I love that. Marco going on Utopia in 4 days, and it's just for stuff to do with a 1-year-old while on board. Number one, go register them for the nursery. I mean, at night you're gonna want to like do adult things, so sign up for the nursery. That's a really big one. Does cost money. It's the best money ever spent. Number two, the in Boardwalk there is the carousel. It's free. Take your kid on there over and over and over again. Such a nice time. And of course, Splashaway Bay has a special baby area for kids who are in diaper. So that's another nice spot for them as well. Let's see here. We have a lot of messages. I love this. Smokey Bandit. Man, you know it's a special night when Smokey Bandit comes in with the super chat. Thank you, my friend. Here's a bribery for you to promise not to look the other way on Star next week when I say hi on board. Whoa, wait a minute. Smokey Bandit's on board? I haven't seen Smokey Bandit since Serenade of the Seas 2022. Am I right about that? I believe that was that sailing. It was definitely a Radiance class ship. It's got to be that one. My goodness, I'm excited. But I will take your bribe and not avoid you tremendously. In fact, for another bribe, I might even let you call Kenny. Never mind. You can't call Kenny. You know why? Because he's on another ship and he's too cheap to get the Wi-Fi package. So we won't be able to call him. But anyway, thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. Looking forward to seeing you on board. It's been a while. Next question is from, does Royal Caribbean make any drinks with seaweed? I don't believe so. Matt Banville in the house. Matt, good to have you here. By the way, I have gotten not one, not two, but 3 text messages from Lorelai during my lives. Doesn't she know? 7:30 Mondays. I mean, come on now. But Matt Banville, my good friends, we were just on Brilliance of the Seas together. I did not avoid him like I avoided Tony. So, and Mr. Banville, let me tell you something. Matt was a machine at the Ultimate Texas Hold'em or at Ultimate Texas Poker, Hold'em, whatever table. I mean, he was just sitting there. He was like Sean Connery in Dr. No, where he was just like, I think I'll bet it again. And then boom, he hits it again. And he was just like, it was crazy. He was a machine over there. Chris, thanks for the super chat, man. You are always so helpful. Well, thank you for your generosity. Appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, smoking section is always on the port side of the ship, usually deck 15 or 16. So on star at 17. There you go. Josh Carruthers. Chris says, I just found out that veterans get discounts on Royal Caribbean. Sort of, correct, yes. I already have paid for an entire cruise. Is there any way to get the discount retroactively, or is it too late? Probably too late. Number one, I said kind of, sort of, because the veteran discount is very sporadic. And I bet you if you were to try to reprice it, it wouldn't benefit you at all. I think it's fair to say, and if there are any veterans in the chat, thank you for your service. And also, correct me if I'm wrong, that the veteran discount is not that great. It's not compatible with everything. It's unlimited sailings. Rel doesn't have a great one out there. So almost certainly, probably not. Yes, some of you, correct. You lost less money on because of Ultimate Texas Hold'em. Let's see here. Next question is from Tony. You're absolutely right on that one, actually. I really hope, by the way, Tony wrote this. Hold on. Tony wrote, where'd it go? Oh, I found Tony. I'll forget it. Tony wrote this. I hope his wife is walking by as this message goes across the screen. I'm just saying. All right, time for another question here. Our Gravy, going on an 8-night cruise with wife and 2 kids, trying to figure out luggage space. Is it worth to buy laundry or just pack light? I think it's worth it for laundry. I usually go into almost every cruise, assuming I'll do a little bit of it. I won't like Our Gravy. I won't do like I won't take like every single piece of clothing I brought on board and wash, send it out for laundry. But I might go into it saying, you know what, I could save some space if I bring one less pair of jeans, one less pair of shorts, and only one workout outfit for the gym, and then send it out for laundry. So I think I'd pack lighter, but not I wouldn't pack as an example, I wouldn't plan on doing laundry 3 times during the cruise, just enough that you can basically get to about 2/3 of the cruise or so, and then need laundry done there. So yeah. How is this for mixing it up? First cruise is Jewel, now booked on Wonder. That is pretty much as it can be mixed up for sure. There you go. Barry B is in the chat. This possibly couldn't be a Barry B who lives on a horse farm and is a big fan of the Buffalo Bills and lives within 20 minutes of Cooking Yo. Could it be? But we love Barry B over here. We'll have the grand reveal at some point. Brittany B, thank you for the super chat. Just on Royal Company's website, the deluxe beverage only covers drinks up to $14. The rest will be charged to your seatbacks. Correct. I've had the package before and I've never spent anything extra. Is this new? No, it's not new, Brittany, but your experience is exactly the most important thing to tell you here. Basically, Brittany, if you go to any bar and you order pina colada, Bloody Mary, margarita, whatever, they're always covered there. That stipulation has been there since the beginning of the drink package. It's moved, that price threshold has changed as with inflation a little bit. But the idea basically is that there are some liquors on board that are super top tier, super hot, top shelf rather, and they're basically saying you're not going to get those with the drink package. But the name brand liquors, the Absolute, Patron, Kraken, those are all included. You're really talking about Remy Martin, the Johnny Walker Blue label or whatever purple label, whatever one's the super duper one. I forget. I never learned the differences between all of them, but that's what it's basically protecting against. So you're nothing new there, and as long as you're not specifying those high shelf things, you'll be okay. Michelle Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Thank you. I don't see a message from Michelle Taylor though. That's a problem. Hold on. Michelle Taylor. Well, I appreciate the super chat. I don't see a message from you, but if you want to send me one later, I'm happy to read it for you. Derek Wildstar, thank you for the super chat. Hey, Matt, I'm hoping that this is a useful PSA. Celebrities have 40% off flash sale for Santorini Beach Club, only about 10 hours left. There you go. Well, if you're on a celebrity cruise going to Santorini, that could be a nice savings right there. I love that. Thank you. No bueno. What are your thoughts on the Teppanyaki Odyssey? Love it. And how does that restaurant work? It's hibachi. You're seated communally, so if you sit with other folks there, chef cooks in front of you. It's really, really good right there. Dave Christie, thank you for the super chat. As a fan of 150 Central Park, I have to admit I'm disappointed it's not on Icon Class. Amen, brother. Tell us more about Lou and Bubbles since they take up a lot of Central Park real estate. Thank you. It's a jazz club on board. They have amazing cocktails. The Jazzy Saz is one of the best cocktails on the ship. Each evening, it's lovely. They have these windows that open up. You get jazz music playing, really comfortable chairs. It's a really nice bed. I think primarily it's best in the evening. But my goodness, I mean, if you're a jazz music fan, or just I'm not, but like I just can enjoy good music, good live music. That's what it's all there for. I think you'll enjoy it. Marsh W13, thank you for the super chat. Just want to say thank you for everything you do. Selling an icon this Saturday, 7 night Eastern Caribbean. Praying the weather is suitable for plane spotting at Maho Beach. Nice. It's funny. I think Maho Beach is a tourist trap. But if you are a plane aficionado, then it's great for plane spotting there. I would say, though, I'm going to piggyback on something we talked about earlier. If you're like, I want to see airplanes land, but standing around with absolutely no shade on a really tiny beach with 100 other people, that doesn't sound like my idea of fun. The Morgan Resort, which is right nearby Maho Beach, literally touching it. You can buy a day pass over there, and you can go there and you can watch the planes from there. And there's a pool, there's food service. It is fantastic. Really, really good. So there you go. Next question is from, and Don, thanks for confirming. The veteran discount is not great and is almost never stackable. So that means is it's not combinable, and so that's probably why it's almost, hate to say useless, but it's fairly useless, unfortunately. Let's see here. Captain Bob, thank you for the super chat. Yes, I've answered your other 2 super chats. One was about the casino host that fixed all your problems, and you asked about Enchantment of the Seas. I gave you a link to the video about it, and then you asked me about Thanksgiving, and I talked about that as well. So yeah, we've highlighted each of your super chats, my friend. So if you didn't see it, it's okay. Don't worry. The replay is here. You'll be able to go back and listen to it. But I promise you, I do not miss my Captain Bob super chats. I'm just saying. I need to show you a stray or 2 for craps, better points ability. Brother, I love craps, but I just can't win money on there anymore. It just seems like everybody's just like, one roll, a 7, and you're out. And it's just like, okay, well, yeah. I like it, but it's just, yeah. And it's also been very competitive. Like sometimes it's impossible to get it on the tables, which is the other problem right there. Dizzy Ray, can everyone check in on one person's app, or does each adult need to check in on their own app? Johnny Walker Blue, thank you. That's the really expensive one. The answer is both. If you like, let me make this easy, Dizzy Ray. If you're obviously in a cabin and you're sharing with somebody else, you need to check in for both of you. If you have linked reservations, you can check in for them as well, as long as you link the reservations together. I'm going to give you the link to the article about the how to link your. You can link a reservation through that. The explanation that's over there, and that'll solve your problem as well. So there you go. Jay Larson, what is cruise do you recommend for Falmouth? I don't have a good one. I haven't been there in forever. I probably should book a cruise there just to go there. We were supposed to go there on the group cruise in November, but that got rerouted. But it's been a while, but I haven't been able to actually get there. So I don't have any good ones. Big Blue, big fan here. Thank you. My family will now be staying in Utopia on May. We'll be stopping in Honduras. Is the sloth shore excursion worth it? I don't think so, because you can't hold the sloths anymore. I mean, that's fine with me, but I don't think it's worth it unless you really just like love cute animals. You want to see them up close, I guess. But because it's banned to actually hold sloths now in Honduras, I just don't think it's worth it personally. John Brown was on Liberty, tried the lava flow recommended. Loved it. It's a fantastic drink. So good. Love that one. Let's see here. Ooh, Becky pointed out, I did not know this. Is this true? You have an MEI advisor that can help you with resorts for a day? All this time, I could have had Josh Carruthers booking me a resort for a day. And instead, I was booking it myself. Love that. Mr. Steve Welker, good to see you again. Until the next group cruise. Awesome, my friend. We saw Steve and Karen on board Brilliance, had a great time together. Karen got really sunburned. I think she can laugh at it, but always a great time. I've known Steve for such a long time, and Good people for sure. All right, guys, we have 10 minutes left, and then we're going to wrap things up here. So type your questions in the chat. We got a couple more. If I didn't get to your question yet, maybe I skipped over it earlier because we had so many messages. Now is your time to get it in right there. How was Brilliance of the Seas? Lovely. Brilliance was amazing. San Juan, Puerto Rico, the port, like not in the airport, not the city. People are lovely, except for that one taxi driver who literally extorted me. You'll learn about that in tomorrow's YouTube video, but the rest of it was great. Go to guy. I don't know if you're aware of this, but Cruise Mapper has Icon 4 as Hero of the Seas. Don't know if they know something we don't. It's hard to say. We've seen this in the past. Part of the reason why I haven't posted about this is because I don't feel confident enough in the source that it's true. It could be very well be true. I'm not saying it's not, but we've seen plenty of rumors in the past for ship names that ended up being something different. You never know. Do I think the Midnight Buffet will ever come back? I don't. We posted an article about the Midnight Buffet today at relicarianblog.com. The thing is, I don't think it'll ever come back for a couple of reasons. Number one, the reason why the Midnight Buffet ever existed was because back in the day, let's say pre-2000, cruise ships didn't have as many restaurants. There was the main dining room, there was the Windjammer, Johnny Rockets, that was 1999 when Voyager came out. They just didn't have as many options. So they offered the Midnight Buffet. Since then, we now have so many. We have Sorrento's, we've kept it Promenade, we have Aquadome Market, right? We have so many more places you can eat. I don't think that there's a need for it in that regard. Number two, as beautiful as it was a little bit gluttonous. Number three, it wasn't actually at midnight. It was like earlier than that. But, I think it had its time. But I think in today's world of cruising, cruise ships have changed so much that it's just not necessary. And I think probably from a cost perspective, I'm not sure if it was ever worth it from that aspect of it, but there's that too. Paul, hotel recommendations in San Juan. Yes, the Hotel Rumbau. It's a Marriott resort. It used to be the old, what's it called? The old Sheridan over there. But yeah. Oh, that's true, Michelle. I forgot that the Mariner cruise will go to Falmouth, but I need like a good record because you know what's going to happen. Becky Mencken is going to ask me about what we should do there. I was like, oh no. So we need a research trip for the pre-cruise there. Eli says, Falmouth, my wife and I really like the Hilton Rose, available for resorts for a day. Lazy River, drinks, food included. Good. I'm glad to hear. I went to the Hilton Rose Hall, like, what year is it? 26? I probably went there like 12 or 14 years ago now. We loved it, but it was it's been so long. I don't know if it's any good anymore right there. So yeah. Cindy, when traveling with others who really don't feel like they should have to dress up on vacation, will we be looked down on the main dining room on the fancy nights if they're in jeans and a shirt? No, you'll be fine. You will not be alone, number one. Number two, most people don't care what you're wearing. Like, they're just focused on their own vacation. So you do you. Are there any issues with Mexico, or are things cooling off? Very cool, which is good to see. It really was one truly bad day in Puerto Vallarta, but it's been very quiet since then. And I will tell you this much. I am taking my family to Mexico next week. I'm not thinking twice about any of my plans there related to that. So if something happens, I'll change them. But yeah. So are you allowed to do a kids table and an adult table for dinner? Sure. It's more a question of the table configuration, but you can always talk to the head waiter about this. We have done this many a time. So, and obviously, like Delaney, if you have a table, like let's say your total party is 12, right? And you get a table for 6 and 6. They don't care who sits at what table. Just arrange it however you want to see fit, and you're looking good over there. What are you most looking forward to the most on Star? Aquadome Market. Okay, it's food. Aquadome Market, probably. Dueling Pianos. Seeing Craig Hart when he books it. I just booked a pretty awesome shore excursion, Craig Hart. I'm just saying, we'd love to have you there, probably. I haven't actually run this by anybody else, but just saying. Teresa will be there. Dueling Pianos, because Teresa McShane will be there, and that means I'll actually have a seat at Dueling Pianos. Although Andy will be there, so I don't know how to handle that's going to all work. But nonetheless, yeah, I love the entertainment on board. The evenings on Star are muy bueno. Like them a lot. Yeah, Becky, it was a nightmare. I mean, truly a nightmare. You'll see in the video tomorrow. How easy is it to find the chief dog officer on Star of the Seas? It's virtually impossible. I hate to say it. It's virtually impossible. Unless you stalk the dog where he goes to the bathroom, she goes to the bathroom, good luck finding the dog. I'm just saying. Royal Caribbean has a great idea, but a terrible. I get they don't want the dog to be inundated, but I just feel like it's impossible to see the dog unless you stalk the dog, which I think is wrong. So yeah. Ashley, we'll have a whole thing on tomorrow. Basically, the cruise port is run inefficiently. There are a lot of unnecessary delays. The traffic is, it's terrible, terrible. And the airport is, well, a lot of airports are dealing with this right now, but San Juan's airport is always teetering on a major apocalypse. It just takes one little thing to tilt it. You literally, if you don't show up to your flight 3 hours beforehand, you're not getting on your flight. The security line was that bad. Luckily, I had pre-check, and my line was only like an hour long, but it was an unmitigated disaster over there. And I will say this: I'm never cruising out of Puerto Rico again. I hate to say it, I really do, but it's true. Keith, when it comes to the dining package for 3 days, can I make reservations online like I could with the Ultimate? Yes, they recently did that. That got expanded to the 3-night dining package. So the answer should be yes. You should be able to do that right there. Let's see here. Oh, no worries, Captain Bob. Listen, man, I appreciate you being here, buddy. No worries at all. 12 or 14 is double 6-7. What? It's double 6-7. 12 or what do you mean? 24? What am I missing here? 12 times 2 is 24. Yeah, you have to explain this one to me, Kenny. I whoop right there. How often do they cancel cruises? Rarely, if ever. Rarely, if ever. What? Oh, we were talking about that one. Boardwalk, balcony, and Oasis, yay or nay? I say yay. I think it's great. Great for people watching. If you're a people watcher, it's a great relocation for that one right there. So, no. Either Kenny said no overtime or Nouver time. I don't know what Nouver time is, but yeah, some spacing might help there. But we're going to wrap these things up here in a minute here, guys. Do you happen to know who the headliner is on Icon right now? I don't, unfortunately. Sorry. Are there top tier Crown Anchormans on 4 and 5 night cruises? No. Wait, 4? Absolutely not. I think 5 nights they do. I believe it's 5 nights they start doing them. So I'm going to say yes on the 5 night. Definitely no on the 4 nights. Mason, yes, I'm on Star of the Seas on Sunday. So there you go. Will you do a live on Star? Heck yes, I will. Absolutely. I'll be live on the I usually do the live on Star of the Seas by the Lime and Coconut. That's close to the Aquadome Market, if you know where that is. So there you go. 6 times 2 is 12. Okay. Oh, he's like dividing, not multiplying. Okay. Thanks. Wow. Josh is a top tier travel agent. Not only does Josh book cruises, but he also deciphers and explains his clients' bad jokes that make no sense. There you go. His name is Matt, not Math. Accurate. All right, guys. On that note, we're going to head on out of here. Thank you so much for joining us here. Appreciate each and every one of you guys. Next week, we'll be live back on here on YouTube, and we'll be live from Star of the Seas. Come check it out. Until then, have a wonderful week. Thank you to all our super chatters. Thank you to our moderators. Thank you to Tony Diaz. Thank you to our amazing MEI travel agent partners. And thank you to you for being here and hanging out with all of us. Have a wonderful time, everyone. Have a great week. Do something fun, like book another cruise. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube Live. Bye, everybody. Good night, Samantha.